People are mad because women don't want to have children anymore. They don't want to be mothers anymore. But American culture doesn't value mothers. A lot of men no longer value women for giving them children. Since the prevalence of hookup culture, women have been giving men children left and right. Supply and demand, when something's so readily available, loses value, you no longer value it as much. Bringing life into this world has to be one of the most amazing things that you can do. However, it does come at a price. Women risk their health, they risk their lives, and their bodies change, not always for the better.
Who's to blame for the hookup culture that you've talked about? Who's to blame? Because you're giving it up without the ring on your finger, without being a wife. And you're having these babies before getting married. So who's to blame?
Women having kids is not mandatory. We don't have to do it. And if we choose to not do it, it doesn't make us useless.
I'm one of those women who is 99% sure that they
you.
do not want kids. This is something that I have been open about for as long as I can remember. I'm almost 31. I am married. This is something that I brought up to my now husband when we first started dating.
So yeah, we've decided not to have kids.
I've heard that one before.
Trust us. If you don't want kids, it's just because you haven't met the right person.
That's not the case.
Listen, okay? Woman to woman, if you don't have kids, your heart actually shrinks. Like the Grinch.
Exactly like the Grinch. Listen, it's all been laid out in the Bible for years, which has always been right forever. So, sorry to break it to you, you're having children. You have to.
Amen.
What's something that you're supposed to like, but that you actually find slightly annoying?
Children. I have known since I was 15 years old that I do not want children, and my mom has known since I was 15 years old that she can plan on having grandpuppies, not grandchildren. But society and other random women and men I encounter are like, oh, you'll change your mind. You'll get that inkling to be a mother.
Okay, so ironically, I get this conversation a lot. Whenever it comes to the topic of having kids, and I tell the person I'm speaking with that I don't ever want kids, they're absolutely caught aghast. They're just like, what? And a lot of people are just like, oh, wait till you have them. Dude, that's the point. I don't want them. I even talked to my little siblings about it when they were babies. And I was like, I don't want any kids. I'm okay with having you guys to kind of help raise and everything. And then my brother was like, why do you hate your children? How can I hate my children that I've never had? And just to be clear, I don't hate kids, but there are some people who don't want kids because they hate kids. I will literally be every single child's ninang. Like all of my barkada. Okay, well, my barkada really wants a lot of kids. So I will be the ninang of most of your kids. But besides the point, I'm okay with kids, but I don't want to have them. And when people demand an answer as to why, honestly, I don't have to give you an explanation, but I want to share with you guys why I personally do not want kids. I came from a broken family. My parents separated when I was only 4.
When I tell people I don't want to have kids or I don't want to be married, and they tell me, oh, no, you're going to change your mind. You're going to meet a guy and you're going to change your mind on those decisions. I always ask them, do you think I'm stupid? And then they'll try to save themselves with some bullshit of, no, it just takes the right one. Da, da, da. But I love to follow up that conversation with, am I stupid? Because you must think I'm stupid to be 28 years old and have been making decisions up until this point in my life that have got me here. But that one really big decision of having a kid or being married, I don't know about that. I don't know myself that much. Or you're telling me that decision is actually not mine, and that even though I've decided and I've told you I'm not going to be doing these two things, it's actually going to take another man's opinion and decision on my body whether or not we're going to have kids. Like, you must think I'm weak, I'm stupid. Which one is it? Choose one way to diss me. How are you going to choose all of them? I recommend you use this because although that person will never speak to you again, it does give you that chance to go head to head with someone who has deep-rooted misogyny living in them. And honestly, those people need to be shutted up.
Why do I feel like you doing it so that you can have conversations about that? Why do I feel like that? And it seems like you are the one who actually brings up the conversation that you're not going to have kids. Okay, quite okay, you've decided you're not going to have kids. But why do you want to be arguing with the other parties over whether you should and whether you shouldn't? So you actually enjoy this stuff because you want to debate with the people. People are trying to talk you out of it. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section about this woman. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm having kids now in my early 20s, so I can really enjoy my 40s. I will be home free in my 40s. I'll be able to do whatever I want. Well, I'm going to have my kids in my 30s, so I can really enjoy my 20s. I really want to enjoy my 20s. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to have kids in my 30s. Is having kids not enjoyable?
No. Haven't you been paying attention? Absolutely not. No. You do realize it's the mothers telling us that it's not enjoyable. We don't know because we don't have kids, so who else are we supposed to listen to? The reason why some women don't want children is the same reason why women want children. They like having a choice.
I believe that everybody needs a baby.
As someone who was given all kinds of hell, including but not limited to being told I was selfish for not wanting to have children, makes me feel some kind of way that this heifer would come out her mouth saying that everyone needs to have children for the most selfish reason ever. Just to boost their ego. Just to have something look at them like they're important. Honey, it's called therapy. Because that baby's going to grow up one day and be a human who has their own thoughts and feelings that may not involve giving to you. I already knew that some people didn't need to have kids, but some people didn't even need to have pets. Just therapy and maybe a plan.
She doesn't make sense, does she? Let me see in the comment section and subscribe to the channel, guys. And on another thought to this is, you meet somebody and they tell you that they don't want to have kids. As a man, you can't stay in the relationship if you want to have kids. And what's the point of marrying if you're not gonna have kids? I'm just saying here.
Okay, I have a question for women who don't want kids, and massive disclaimer, this is not at all to convince anyone to have kids. I think it should be normalized that we don't have kids. It used to be in matriarchal societies. I've talked about that before, so please know I'm coming at it from this lens. Just something I'm generally curious about. How much is your decision to not want children because of the relationship you have with your own mother? And this is something I've thought about for years, but this book really touches on it, and I want to read a passage. The fear of identifying with one's own mother is particularly profound in daughters. Women who've had bad mothering will often get frightened. They will wonder, will I hurt like my mother? Will I get angry like my mother? And so yeah, it's just something I'm curious about, like how much is your decision to not have children based off of a fear of replicating what your mother did to you and you not wanting to do that to another human being?
All right, here's things you gotta stop saying to women who don't want children. Part 1. You'll change your mind eventually.
You'll change.
No, I won't. I don't want kids. And just because that life choice is not the same as yours, it doesn't mean that it's something that I need to work towards. Being a mother is not a taste I need to acquire like wine or some sort of goal to set for myself. I'm good. All your comment does is invalidate my choice and tell me that it's unacceptable. Can you imagine I told everyone who wanted kids that they would change their mind eventually? They'd call me a monster. So let's just let women do what they want and stop trying to convince them otherwise.
Just let me know what you think about this video. Subscribe to the channel and thumbs up on the video. I'll see you in the next one.